Howdy, howdy, howdy. All right. No DoorDash, nothing for me. Howdy, CJ. Howdy, Arturo. Howdy, guys. Hi, Queen C. How you doing? All right. How y'all doing tonight? Thanks for showing up. Appreciate it. I'm always on time. Shit. Come on now. Look at you. I'm always on time. The no filter man on YouTube. That's right. That's right. How y'all doing tonight? Glad to see everybody, the people who showed up. We'll give some more people time to show up so we can get on with our discussion of what the topic is for the night. And it's like, it's kind of bright. Let me aim that up there. Damn. Look like an angel. Ah, sun beam down. Work a little better. No. My sophisticated studio up in this bitch. So what's up to you, CJ? Yeah. Just out here chilling. Just getting the live stream on. Figured since I have time today. What are you doing? Are you eating something? You out there eating? Where'd Arturo go? Oh god. I love it. Gotta turn off those. Gotta turn off those notifications. Ugh. Oh, there you are. What's up, Arturo? How was your day today, bro? Did you make some money out there? Did you get you some monies? Save some stranded people? Oh, you're at a party, so it's hard to hear. Got you. That's why you need some earphones, man. You need some earphones, brother. Go treat yourself to some earphones. You work hard for them. What got a party? Birthday party? Who's got the party on? Right. He's watching in between the drinks of the Modelo or whatever. Some Dos Equis, Modelo. I'm not sure what he drinks. Micheladas, whatever the fuck they call it. But yeah, we wanted to have a discussion on this whole Uber and Lyft safety or gig work safety shit period. Because everybody's talking about striking for it. They're demanding more safety from the app. So let's really get into the discussion of the safety and what we can do, or what they think the apps can do, or their misguided mindset of what the apps can do to keep them safe. Because, like I said in the thumbnail, what does it say? Safety starts with you. Nobody else's responsibility but your own. Let's get into that discussion. Hopefully, we get some more people in here. See, and that's the unfortunate part. I don't have the reach that some of these other people that are barking all this bullshit have to bring people to this channel to actually hear what other people aren't willing to tell them when it comes to shit like this. So that's the unfortunate part. Because, yes, we'll have our normal crew of people in here. They'll hear it, the same old shit, you know. But it's the newer people that are brainwashed by other individuals into thinking the way they think, and instead of looking at it from a real, everyday side of life versus just somebody barking on the internet, not knowing what the fuck they're talking about. So So, hey, what's up, Seafarer? How you doing, boss? Um, so, so that's the whole thing. So, if any of you guys have any suggestions that you think, if you do gig work, that you think the apps can provide safer, that could be made safer for you by the apps, feel free to put it in the chat, and we'll discuss those issues. Because I've asked multiple gig workers, I have uh, text multiple gig workers that I know, and a lot of them, except for one, which I assume he was going to say something because he's one of those type of brainwashed people that don't, use common sense, in my opinion. They all pretty much said the same thing, that the apps cannot do any much more to make you safer. So if anybody else has any ideas that would like to discuss that they feel would be something that would make them safer while doing their gig work, please feel free to put it out here and let's discuss it. If not, hopefully we get more people in here. We can discuss my thoughts on the situation and what I feel. Let's see, Farrah, how you been? Staying out of trouble out there? Doing good? Life treating you well? Whose birthday party? One of your kids, Arthur, or one of your neighbors? But then again, that might have been the wrong time to do a live stream because people might be out there working, unable to participate. Because who the fuck knows when's a good time to do lives anymore? Because everybody seems to have their whole mindset on working all the fucking time, and which led me to my earlier video today about being unsuccessful. If you got to work, like I said, a good work ethic is good work ethic, but you also got to manage your personal lifetime with your work time. And if you really got to be on the road 80 fucking 5 hours, 7 days a week, um, depending on what your goals in our life, you need to like find a balance. So it's kind of like when you do these live streams. There's hard to find a balance of when's good time to do a live stream, especially when it comes to gig workers, because everybody apparently is always working. So, so but William Address, how you doing? These companies still let people set up these bogus accounts, IP freely and shit. Cracking down on that type of shit is a start. Okay, well, let's go with that, William. First of all, IDs can be faked. We see it. IDs can be faked. IDs have been faked since the start of time. We were all a kid at some time trying to get in the bar with fake ID, so on and so forth. So IDs can be faked. Credit cards can be stolen, as well as wallets being stolen, period. So that means credit cards are stolen, IDs are stolen. So at the end of the day, even if they do check the IDs and they check their verification on the ID, which remember, we serve the public. As gig workers, we're serving the public. This is not a private business. You signed up to serve the public. That's like, you gotta, and this goes for other parts of the safety issue as well, running background checks, so on and so forth. You're serving the public. Um, any of us who were prior gig workers worked in some field of probably, customer service field, restaurants, fast food, the bank, fucking, hey, Messy, how you doing? The bank, 7-Elevens, shit, any type of service industry job. So you have to look at it from that point of view, being that they're all public entities. As you, as a gig worker now, whatever you did previously, if let's say you worked in a grocery store, or let's say just use Walmart. Walmart's a good example. How many times, if you worked at Walmart, did you have background check somebody that walked into Walmart before you allowed them in to get the bar of soap that they wanted to purchase? How many times did you run a background check on the person walking into 7-Eleven to buy a Slurpee? How many times did you check IDs and verify that that was the legit person coming into 7-Eleven to buy a Slurpee? Same with Walmart. Did you have that check their IDs to verify that's who they were when they were buying a bar of soap? That's the way you have to look at these situations. Now, if it's a private company, yes, that makes more sense. But we're dealing with a company that's dealing with hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of rides within a week or within a day that you would expect them to be able to verify. There's no verification process that can be done that fast when you have this many people requesting a ride at one certain time. Same with background checks. You can't run a background check within 2 seconds to verify if this is a safe person or not. That's impossible to do. That's impossible. Okay, because you're like I said, once again, you're serving the public. This ain't private. If it's private, it'd be a different story. You take private clients, then that's fine. Take your private clients. You can run background checks for your private clients because they're the ones you're picking up. You're not dealing with the public. But in order to verify IDs, verify credit cards, this all takes time. And we're talking hundreds of thousands of rides a day. There isn't enough time to verify all this in a reasonable manner to get these rides put out and done in a reasonable manner in time. As well, like I said, IDs, credit cards are stolen every day. False identification is there any day. So even if let's take for example the gentleman that was killed by the two girls while he was on an Uber Eats delivery. Okay, you verified the people. Okay, let's say you did a background check and you verified the ID of the person who ordered the food. Did that make a difference in keeping this guy safe while he was delivering that food? The answer is no, because it's random acts of violence. So in that case, what would verifying an ID or doing a background check on the customer provide more safety to the driver? Honestly, they should provide like work vans with metal partitions, cameras from different angles. People have multiple cameras already in their car. Okay, and let's use that, Arturo. You have multiplication. Um, Everywhere you go is full of cameras. Convenience stores, WalMarts. All these places are robbed on the daily. Yes, you can have cameras, but is that keeping you safer? Is that going to keep you safer? Okay, let's say there's 800,000 drivers on the road at one time. Who's going to be able to monitor 800,000 cameras at one time to notice if there's crime being committed in one specific Uber? Not to mention all the information you would have to have on that specific Uber at that time to get the police to that Uber. Not to mention how long is it going to take the police to get to that Uber in time to possibly save that driver? It's never going to happen. We know police um, react to crime. They're not there unless they are physically there at the time of the crime is happening. There's nothing a camera can do for you. The camera is going to catch what happens to you, whether you be murdered, jacked up, stolen, whatever. It'll give you the information you need to find that criminal later on down the road. But at the same time, you can't have somebody there. How many Uber employees would they have to watch 800,000 cameras at one time to make you feel safer? You already have that in your car. How you doing, Payman? How you doing? What about a trace request? Yes, a trace request. You're already on the app. Your app's already being GPS. They have that feature already built into the app. So you're already being traced through your app when you're on a ride. Silent alarm. Yes, silent alarm would work. That's why you have a 911 button. You have that on your car. You can tap your button if you feel unsafe. But we still got to remember, is that going to be enough to stop the crime in progress? Remember, crimes are crimes are done by opportunistic people. They are done within split seconds. Like I said, unless the cop is actually sitting in your lap when the person decides to rob you or, let's say, carjack you, they're going to react to what's happening to you. So what more could the apps do to keep you safer? They can't monitor 800,000 million cameras a day at one time. Okay. Yes, they can try to verify all these hundreds of thousands of IDs and credit cards, but at the same time, all that stuff can be stolen, faked, so on and so forth. And like I said, you have to put it in the realm of other businesses that work with the public. Is it a feasible and reasonable thing to expect an app to be able to do background checks on every 800 or 100,000 people a day? Look how long it takes them to do a background check on you, the single driver. That can take up to 2 weeks. So what's going to happen then? You cannot get instant background checks. Doesn't work that way. So that is an unfeasible, unrealistic probability. Not to mention the cost that's involved in that. You guys, they complain they don't make money as it is. Uber and Lyft is going to find a way to get that money back. What does that mean? Lower rates, because they're going to get that money back somehow. And it's going to come out of your pockets. It's not going to come out of Uber and Lyft's pockets. It's not going to come out of your pockets. It's going to come out of your guys' pocket and the customer's pocket. Which then, what does that mean? You decrease your profitability as an independent contractor. Now, on the other side of that, 77 million people in this country out of the 300 million people here have some type of criminal background history. So let's say Uber and Lyft, they did all their background checks. Okay, now you just wiped out a third of the business potentials to make you money. Okay, yeah. Okay, so well, even if they uploaded the picture, is that going to stop them from committing a crime? They're on camera. You have an Uber car, they're on camera. You have their face on camera. Is that going to make a difference? Is him having a picture of their face going to stop them from committing a crime if that is their ultimate goal? What will adding a picture to it be? Okay, it'll make it easier to find your customer when you go to pick them up. Yes, but is that going to stop that specific person from stop from doing a crime? No, because they know when they get in your Uber car, they can see the camera sitting right there in your window, and that does not stop them. So what's to believe that them adding a picture to the app is going to stop or prevent crimes from happening? Not to mention, once again, a lot of these crimes that are happening, carjackings, things of that nature, they're not based on the Uber ride itself. You happen to pull into the neighborhood to pick up a customer, and there happens to be a criminal sitting there that decides to take advantage of you. So the picture of the customer means nothing. It means nothing. Not to mention, you can order rides for your wife, your kids, not your kids, your wife or your friends. So, okay, yeah, you put your picture up there because it's your account. But if you're ordering a ride for your wife, at that point, what difference does it make? It's not going to change the situation. You think let's see, in some markets, a driver could, in multiple jurisdictions, in a single shift. Yeah, that's true. Exactly. I think they can stop third party. Okay, but in that case, Vegas, let's say you're at work, your wife, she's at a party, getting drunk with her friends. She needs to get away home. She has her car. Would you prefer that she get in her car drunk than to order an Uber for her to get her home safely? Those are also things we got to think about. You know, your wife's at work. She needs to get a ride home from work. It's under your account's under your name. Do we just make our wives or girlfriends walk because drivers are scared to pick up customers every day? Is that a feasible thing that's going to make a driver safer? Is And also, let's look at crimes. How many of the actual account holders have committed the crimes themselves? So is the third party thing that serious of a thing to get rid of that's going to make a driver safer? Exactly. And that's one of my points. That's one of my points. Then they have people on their account and family, not friends for a friend of a friend. Um, okay. So if I order a ride for my girlfriend, does that mean I say when I start the app, I say, okay, ride's not for me, it's for my girlfriend. What's wrong? What? I don't understand what you mean by that. Like, what difference does it make who's on the account? Whether it's your wife, your kids, whatever, what difference does that make? That's not going to make the driver safer by knowing who's on the account. Because if the person whose account it is, regardless who they have on that account, if there's going to be a crime committed by somebody on from that account, it doesn't matter if you know if it's a wife, a friend of a friend of a friend. It doesn't matter. It's not going to stop the crime from happening. So is it a feasible thing to have a list of people? Once again, this is more work that you have to go through as an Uber driver to connect with the rider. Okay, now you got to go through a list of when the ride pops up. It says, let's say Uber for Bob. Bob has a list of 20 people he's allowed on his account. You have to go through a list of 20 people and decide who is who before you take the ride. Does that make any feasible sense to have to do something like that? A big ass alarm. Yeah, but even if you have an alarm swole, um, there's no guarantee. Like I said, the cops take time to get there. They got to get there, so you can hit the alarm, but it only takes a second to put a bullet in your head. It only takes a second for somebody to shank you in your neck. It only takes less than 20 seconds to steal your car if they're going to carjack you. So um, the reaction time of the police is not going to be even if should you hit the alarm isn't going to be there quickly. Look at the police response time when you hit an alarm in a business. Sometimes it takes them 10, 15 minutes to get there. I see, but I get the account holder just met and the account holder's not with them. Yeah, I see you, but is that not any just a normal risk that you may have to take, being that you serve the public, being that you serve the public? Um, how many times have you walked into Walmart and met a perfectly new person, stranger? Does that mean they shouldn't be allowed in Walmart? They shouldn't be allowed to use Walmart because you just met them and you're in Walmart? That doesn't make sense. And it's still, once again, it's a random act of violence. Well, this ain't Minority Report. We don't have people out here predicting what person is going to commit what crime to you. Not to mention, once again, I've said 77 social workers on board. Nice one, driver's life. And once again, I've said 77. These are statistics you can look up. 77 million Americans have something on their background check. So you're getting rid of one third of your pool of financial people that are going to help pay your bills automatically because they have, let's say you run background checks. So now you lost a third. You complain you don't make enough money now. Rates are too high now. What do you think is going to happen when a third of the business is gone because you're you feel a background check is necessary, whether it's feasible or not? Not to mention, there's tens and tens of thousands of people that are in jail or prison right now that would have very easily passed an Uber and Lyft background check prior to committing the crime that put them in prison in the first place. So once again, are background checks feasible? Do background checks prevent crime? And the answer is no. So what it would be the point of doing a background check on every customer if the background check is not going to stop crime. How you doing, Lisa? Yeah, it's you and the other person. But that's the risk that's the risk you have to take when you serve the public. It's no different than if you're working McDonald's at 12 midnight, you and then a single customer comes into the building. Um, Same interaction. It's you and a customer. You're at the drive-through. It's you and the customer. There's all kinds of scenarios where people are working where they interact with a single individual one on one. So the thing is, what and then here's another thing. We're talking about let's do safety for Uber and Lyft drivers. More Uber and Lyft drivers die from traffic accidents than any that get killed by a customer or assaulted by a customer. There was, I think I read, 1,100 Uber drivers killed last year in vehicle accidents. If you really want to discuss safety, let's talk safety about car accidents. Are you gonna require that Lyft and Uber come bubble wrap your car for you to keep you from dying possibly in an accident? No, it's not feasible. All these things people don't choose to think about. Um, are every Uber and Lyft driver willing to go through and pay for a defensive driving course? If Uber and Lyft require that drivers, because of the amount of accidents Uber and Lyft drivers have, you need to pay and go have a defensive driver course? No, you're not going to want to do that. You're going to be like, fuck that. I'm a good driver. I know how to drive, blah, blah, blah. All these things nobody thinks about. It's just they have this thing in their barking and they have this thing set in their mind that this is somehow going to be create safety when it's not. I thought I saw you had a kid. I had a kid yesterday. Kid was young. I asked for ID. He looked at his school ID, no date of birth. Kid kept asking me, "What's the problem?" Okay. Oh, okay. And what happened at that point? Why? Why you think taxis have glass cages to protect them? Yeah, but when we look at it, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. But that would be not something that Uber and Lyft should be responsible to do. If you feel that you need a cage in your car, then put a cage in your car. That's part of doing business. If you owned a convenience store, you're getting robbed on a regular business. Are you going to who are you going to ask to pay for the partition to keep your cashier safe from being robbed? It's not. That's on you. So if you're going to run that kind of business where you're dealing with the public, you have to take those responsibilities on your own. It's not Uber and Lyft's responsibility to put a partition in your car. If that feels it's going to make you feel safer, that's not going to happen. Also, once again, if you had let's take the Uber Eats guy that died in with those two girls, with him having a partition in the back seat of his car, was that going to stop that crime from happening? Those two girls carjacking him? No. Like I said, crimes are random acts. Um, so you cannot predict every type of crime that's going to happen to you. And if that was the case, you drive an armored vehicle. You drive a Brinks truck around. If that was the case, okay. Armament and training of drivers. uh, Armament and training. Okay, okay. Well, and I'll go to that. Okay, yes, you can have a gun on you. You have a gun on you. You can be trained to use your weapon. When that bullet comes through the back of your head because you're allowed the person to sit directly behind you, is that going to stop that crime from happening? Is that going to stop that random person running up to carjack you to shoot you right in your head, right at the window of your car when he runs up on you? Is that gonna save you? Yes, there is a possibility that yes, a gun can prevent crimes if used properly, so on and so forth. but is it an ultimate means to stop random acts of violence from happening against you being an Uber and Lyft driver? Also, it's against the terms of service. You signed up for a company that does not allow that. Now, if you choose to break that rule, you choose to break that rule, but you also got to realize you take the risk of losing that position with that company should you break those rules. So that is, once again, a personal decision, and that's a personal decision you make. But at the end of the day, if Uber and Lyft allowed guns in the car, is a gun 100% means to um, is it? Let's put it this way: would it be Uber and Lyft's responsibility to buy a gun for everybody that's driving for Uber and Lyft? Would that be feasible? And exactly, and that's one of my things when it comes to safety, William. These are the things that people don't do that they should be doing. They allow people to sit behind them, loan people to sit behind them. These are the basic safety things that they don't even follow the basic safety things, but yet they want all these new safety things that are unreasonable or unfeasible. If you're not willing to follow the basic, simple, everyday rules when it comes to your own personal safety, what doesn't matter what Uber and Lyft does? Uber and Lyft could put Uber and Lyft could turn your phone into a fucking transformer to protect you if somebody attacks you. But if you give them access to attack you in the first place, at that point, it's a mute point. What Uber and Lyft does. You see what I'm saying? So if you're not willing to, if these simple rules can't be followed, keeping your doors locked, not allowing people to sit behind you, there's a multitude of them. If you're not willing to follow those for your own personal safety, then it doesn't matter what Uber and Lyft does because you're not going to follow those rules either. You're not going to follow that either. And should it be up to Uber and Lyft to continue to have to make up all these multiple new ways to keep you safe when you can't even keep your own self safe by using the simple tools? So why? So what more? Why is it Uber and Lyft's fault you choose not to follow the safety rules to begin with that are going to make you safe instead of just asking for more and more and more and more shit from Uber and Lyft? Okay, yeah, okay. Let's say they get that, but how many of these drivers are mentally stable? And now you're giving them access to a gun. You have drivers out there raping, murdering, kidnapping. You want to put them in a situation now? Okay, yeah. Now you gave them a gun. Now you put them in a better situation to attack people, the drivers. You know what I'm saying? So you can't. There's so many variables when it comes to that at the end of the day, there's nothing, and I'm going to come out and say this: there's nothing Uber and Lyft can do more to keep you safe as a driver. There's nothing. There's nothing DoorDash can see. DoorDash can't be there for you and make you safer when you pull up to a completely blacked out house, bushes all over the fucking place. DoorDash can't save you from that. You, as a person, have to save yourself from that. You see that situation. Is that $3 payout worth taking a risk of walking up to that door, knowing somebody's in those bushes, ready to jack you, take your shit? Think about it. It's up to you. It's up to you. You can get killed everywhere and anywhere. You could be walking down the street and ran over by a fucking car that gets in an accident and runs you over. These are random acts of violence. These cannot be you cannot predict them. You cannot plan for them. Well, you can try to plan for them the best you possibly can, but that even planning for them isn't going to stop them from happening to you. It's just part of the life of dealing with the public and doing a job for the public. But for people to come out here and say, let's strike for safety, but yet you have, but yet I'm sure deep down inside, Uber and Lyft can't do any more to keep you safe. But because it's such a hot topic with drivers, um, safety is such a hot topic because they are safe. Because these same people that are pushing this agenda to get these drivers safer and safer and safer, are pulling up the same bullshit stories over and over again because they specifically go out and look for these scary stories to get you to believe in what they're fucking saying. Okay, I'll give you guys a homework assignment. Go in, look up Google, and like I said, put convenience store worker, put today's date, and put hacks, and put how many died. And you'll get a whole fucking list of about 20 pages of convenience store workers killed today or yesterday or the day before doing their job as convenience store worker. You can do it for any fucking industry that has a job. But these people's agenda is to get you to keep clicking those videos, getting those views, getting those super chats. So they're picking the topic that at this time is the most hottest topic because they continue to push these stories about Uber and Lyft drivers, which aren't even on the top fucking 10 list of people that are the most killed while doing their job. And like I said, you have more of a chance of being killed in a car accident as an Uber and Lyft driver than you do being shot in the head by a criminal. So when you're doing these protests and strikes for, to me, it's just a ploy because, like I said, I feel there's a vendetta and a bunch of disgruntled employees, or not employees, or workers out there finding a way to try to justify and get back at the man because they feel the man just ain't treating them right. Well, yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's going to be lower because there's a lot of. So go back to 2019. Okay, and like I said, look on today. I did it. I did the research before I did my video. I looked up convenience store workers death 2021, and I got like 20 pages of fucking convenience store workers that died within the last 3 days. So, and that's just half of the year. And it was a lot more than Uber and Lyft drivers. A lot more than Uber and Lyft drivers. They get right in the truck, right? Duct tape them up. But a lot of them sit in the neighborhood. What do you mean? A lot of them sit in the neighborhood? The criminals. And that's another thing that becomes you as a driver have to take that into consideration as well. Driver's life. Okay, if let's take Chicago, South Side Chicago. I don't know Chicago. I don't live there. Don't ever fucking plan to go there. But we're just gonna say South Side Chicago's just filled with the filth. Okay, you drive at night. You have no choice. Your wife works during the day. You need to go out at night. You know that's there's a 95% chance you could be a victim of a crime in South Chicago. Now, you as a driver, you have to take that responsibility upon yourself. Do I drive and in that particular area, knowing that or do I stay away from that area? This is what I say when your safety becomes your responsibility. If you know there's a 95% chance that you're going to get hurt in the south side of Chicago driving at night, why the fuck would you even drive down there at night? There would be no point to go driving there at night if you're actually concerned about your safety. Majority of drivers don't have an open mind and deal with different personalities when it comes to certifying. Well, it's not only that too. You got certain individuals with that are constantly pushing Uber drivers to think negative about everything. Oh, it's negative pay, negative this. Now I got to worry about being killed every time because it's being constantly thrown in their fucking face. So when it does come time to interact with the public, they're fucking a-holes or they're just grumpy and they're just disgruntled and don't want to do the job anyways because they're constantly being told the bad things about the job over and over and over again. I did it. We all know I drove 12,500 rides, probably well over 20,000 people with groups in my car, of people in my car. I had a fucking blast. And I came on here all the time telling you guys my stories. And I had a fucking blast when I did it. I had fun. I didn't go out there thinking I was going to get my head blown off every fucking day. Let me tell you, when I was driving, Uber and Lyft drivers were still being hurt back then. So it's nothing new. This is not new shit. It looks new to a lot of people because now, like I said, you have people pushing their agenda who are constantly bringing it up, looking and finding this shit to throw in your face every day. But like I said, it's like any type of crime. We all know here. Let me tell you the the highest tier people that die the most on their job are people in the logging industry. People that go cut down trees and deliver logs for your houses. How many of you people know that? No, because you don't see it. It's not being thrown in your face every fucking day. It's not being thrown in your face every day. But that's the number one on the list of people who die the most at work are people in the logging industry. You don't know that because it's not being thrown in your face every day. But if I'm sure if you ran a logging channel where you were disgruntled about the logging companies, you would go and find all the people that have been killed logging every day just to get people on your side to to push your agenda. Hey, how you doing, Truth Warrior? But how many drivers can actually legitimately say they have fun doing it? I don't know. Like I said, when it comes to Universal Gixxer, I assume that's what you meant, having fun while you're doing it. That is based on you. That is based on your enjoyment of your job. Um, we always have this discussion. If you don't enjoy your job, don't do your job. Don't do the job. There's no reason to go do a job every day if you're not having fun doing it. Then you're just living in misery. So yes, you can have lots of fun doing your job, but when you got certain individuals and these certain people are so brainwashed because all they hear is the negative, 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 negative shit every fucking day, that's how they're gonna react to the job. It's just all negative. Yeah, but that's the thing, William. Logging is the most dangerous job, number one job most people kill in the logging industry, but we don't see that every day in the news because it's not for the agenda. The agenda is to run this fear mongering campaign to make everybody scared to look at their fucking shadow. And so you have other YouTubers that get on there and push that agenda as well. Like I said, nobody's gonna come to my channel when I tell you that I had a fucking blast doing it. I had fun. This is what I did. Blah blah blah. They're not gonna come to that. They're not gonna come to hear that because one, they're disgruntled because they've been told so many times over and over again that the company sucks. They're scared of their own shadow. The company doesn't care about them. This and that, this and that. No company cares about the fucking employees. Let's fucking face it. If you worked a job ever in your life, no company cares about their fucking employees. Let's face it. Come on. Hey, Ghost Cab, what's up? Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying, Ghost Cab. You can be killed doing any profession, whether it's Lyft driving, door dashing, um, being a bartender, running a cashier at Walmart. There's no guarantees there is no guarantee the minute you walk out your front door, whether it's going to work, going to play, that you have a free pass to come home that day. That's not there. So once again, like my title said, it's up to you to create as much of the possibility of getting home safe on yourself, not rely on other people, and quit relying on other people to do it fucking for you. Because if you're not willing to do the simple things for yourself, it doesn't matter what a company is going to do for you because you don't care about yourself enough to do it for yourself. If you know, hey, I'm doing good, man. How about yourself? If you know what you need to do to keep yourself safe and you choose not to do it, at that point, who does it fall on? Does it fall on Uber and Lyft or does it fall on you? That's what it's coming down to. These people don't take the responsibility on themselves or take responsibility for themselves. They just blame it on the apps because it's easier. Because once again, we all know nobody wants to be told that they suck and that they're lazy and they don't want to do what they need to do. We already know this. So it's easier to blame somebody else than to look in the mirror and say, hey, I fucked up. I'm the one in the wrong. They won't do that because they'll just blame it on somebody else because there's people out there pushing it. Just blame it on them. Blame it. It's all their fault. Just blame it on them. So, Yeah, it was meant to just be a thing for people to ride, ride share, kind of like carpooling. Well, that's good. That's good, truth warrior. Yeah, definitely always tip in cash, man. You know what? Really on DoorDash, when it comes to DoorDash, um, the way it's looking with all these people are pushing this no tip, no trip shit. I would almost say you're better off tipping on the app. At least tip a minimum on the app. That way you know you're going to get your food picked up. Let's say, let's say you're 2 miles from the restaurant. Throw $6 on there, $3 tip, $3, $3 for the base pay. That way you know somebody say, okay, it's $6 for a mile and a half. That way they'll pick that shit up. And then you can throw them another $6 off the app if you want. Um, but then again, that hurts those people too that do tip in cash because if they choose not to tip on the app, then their food sits there forever, and a driver not knowing that, hey, they might get a $10 tip when they drop off the food. So that kind of fucking that's a hit and miss thing on that one, bro. Yeah, and at the end of the day, that's what it boils down to, Ghost Cat. At the end of the day, if you don't feel safe doing it, why are you doing it? At the end of the day, like I said, that's the end of the day. But what I'm sick and tired of, I'm sick and tired of people are trying to push this fucking agenda when you can't be that fucking dumb to believe that these apps can continue to do more and more to keep you safe, to stop random acts of violence from happening to people. You can't tell me you're that fucking dumb. So if you're not that dumb and you're so business savvy and you're so smart, then why are we pushing an agenda of bullshit to these people? There's got to be an agenda behind what you're pushing. And it's not, and to me, it's not, it has nothing to do with the safety of the drivers. It has to do with you getting your clicks and your views and your monetization money, in my personal opinion. Because as much as you're pushing these strikes and this and that and this and that, guess what? You're not coming up with any fucking real solutions other than unfeasible solutions. So if you can't come up with a legit uh, reason or way to keep people safer, then your agenda is for your own good. It's not for the good of the drivers. It's all for the clicks. Exactly, Ghost Cat. And that's what I look at. And that's why I'm looking at it. And that's why I keep seeing all this, strike this, strike that. Strike for what? One thing everybody knows is all gig workers are out for them fucking selves. They're out there to make money to take home to their kids, feed their family, pay their bills. Okay? You have gig workers out there like myself who know how to take their personal safety into their own hands. The most that most people aren't willing to do. I do, and even then, I'm not guaranteed to come home safe every motherfucking night. But I'm one of those gig workers that actually do it and protect myself the best I can. And if you guys aren't willing to do that, no app can do anything for you. No other person can do anything for you. So quit pushing this agenda that it's all the app's responsibility to do shit for you when it's not. You're an independent contractor. You want to be an independent businessman, but yet you keep relying on this fucking company to do fucking everything for you. What kind of fucking businessman is that? What kind of business are you running if you can't even run your own fucking business for yourself? You got to rely on somebody else to do it for you. You're not a businessman. You're a fucking, you're no different than a fucking employee with a special title that says independent contractor. You strike today. I drove from 12 to 14. Right. And what do you think? What do you think is going to happen when you do these strikes? If let's say for some off the wall motherfucking reason your strike worked, every gig worker and driver decided not to work from 12 to 3, whatever they're fucking asking. You think you're making riders and the other customers happy? You think that's going to make riders and other people want to tip you? You think that's going to happen? All you're doing is putting a distaste in the mouth of the customers that you rely on to pay your fucking bills. So that's like going into a convenience store, yelling at the fucking clerk why she only has regular Mountain Dew and not Diet Mountain Dew, and expect her when you say, "Hey, can you do this for me?" She's gonna tell you, "Go fuck yourself." And that's what's gonna happen with these customers. Yes, well, that's what I'm saying. They want to be W-2. They don't want to be independent. They don't want to be independent. They all claim I want to be my own boss, but yet they don't do anything to be their own boss. They rely on everybody to do everything for them. So you're not an independent contractor, in my opinion. You are an employee. Technically, with these companies, you are an employee. They tell you what the fuck to do. So get that mindset of I'm an independent contractor. I can do whatever the fuck I want out of your fucking mind. So that's not how it is. Yes, you may have some some control over what you do, but you don't have 100% control over what you do. A real businessman has 100% control over what they do and how they do it. You don't have that with DoorDash. You don't have that with Uber and Lyft. You're still under their fucking control. So you don't quit calling yourself independent contractors. You might as well just call yourself fucking employees at the end of the day. No, because strikes don't change anything. This particular industry, a strike does not change anything because you can't. A strike is usually worked well with a specific group of people. Business, for example, iron workers. They're a specific group of workers. They have a specific groups, unions. That makes a difference. Lyft drivers and Uber drivers and gig drivers, they're all over the fucking place. They can't even you can't even get a consensus of from gig drivers of what's the best per mile rates. You can't even get that. You have that shit all over the fucking place. So if you cannot get a group of people to come to a consensus of what is really needed and what would be best for everybody, then a strike does you no good. Period. Yeah. Oh shit! What the hell? The hell happened? Oh shit! Yeah, exactly. And like I said, as you can do everything possible to protect yourself and still not come home at the end of the day. So there's no guarantees. You know, hire me to sit on the third row. Yeah, trust me, you don't want that. I'll be straight knocking motherfuckers out, boy. I'll be like, headlock. I mean, put chokeholds on motherfuckers. What's up, Mr. J? How you doing? Yeah, yeah, I went all crazy there. I actually hit the wrong button and shit. How you doing, Jay? But at the end of the day, your strike is going to do absolutely jack shit. Even if it works. Even if, like I said, everybody stopped driving. The apps can't keep you safer. There's nothing more the apps can do to keep you safer. Plain and simple. Ain't happening. So let's just get that. I wish I had the 40 some thousand subscribers, the 16,000 subscribers these other people had that could actually come in here and listen and hear the reality because they've been brainwashed so much with this other bullshit and other people's agenda that, fuck, man. Man, maybe there would be less crime against drivers if they heard somebody that actually came out there and gave them a real fucking solution instead of quit feeding it in their fucking heads that it's the company's fault. It's the company's fault. It's the company's fault. Fuck. I really wish. I really wish. Nice. Did you blast them? Oh, you almost came close, huh? Nice, nice. So that's good. At least you're protecting yourself. See, you took your safety in your own hands. Well, you could have just got on and started complaining about DoorDash that they didn't keep you safe from the dog that almost bit your leg and shit. That's kind of like what's going on with the Uber and Lyft safety shit. Let's blame the random act of a dog coming after you. We'll blame it on Uber and Lyft. They're supposed to protect you from shit like that. That's the mindset these fucking people have. So, yeah, yeah, right. He's my personal security. Yeah. Yeah, right. Exactly. Well, there you go, CJ. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, and you have that mindset, and there needs to be a lot more of that mindset. But when you have channels out here continually brainwashing people and putting it in their mind that they're not in control of their own safety, then this is why we have the amount of crime that we have. You know, So that's why you see these people are hurting, because they're not being told by enough of these gig workers to, hey, don't drive in a shitty neighborhood at night. Don't walk up to an all blacked out house when you're delivering food. They don't have the people to do that. The people that say shit like that, like me, I have 350 subscribers. Unfortunately, I can't reach the people um, to make a difference. But when you guys go into these other fucking people's rooms, instead of bowing down and going with what they say, go the opposite direction. Tell them, hey, no, that's not what needs to be done. You need to do this. You need to do that. Start fighting back against these. But I know some of them. There's one in particular. He'll just delete you from his channel because you don't fit his agenda. He's kind of like the whole Biden situation. If you don't fit their agenda, they just try to cancel culture you out. That's how he runs his shit. So on his, it might be kind of hard. But there are others out there. You guys can get on there and start spreading the message, because I can't reach the people. I don't have the subscribers to reach the people. I can reach you guys, and then you guys can go out and be the Roy Army, and tell these motherfuckers what's up, instead of allowing people to be brainwashed. Because you guys see the brainwashed shit when you go into these other people's channel. You see these people just cowering down, and oh yes, it's their fault. It's their fault. When you know, because you're coming here, that that shit's not going to work. So if that's one thing you guys can do for me. I can't reach them all, but I know you guys are in other people's room. If you can get the word out, start spreading the word. Start spreading the word. That and maybe we can start getting some things changed that are actually going to help fucking drivers, instead of this fucking false sense of security all these other people keep fucking trying to push. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's it. That's the thing, William. Anything can happen. Like I said, there's probably tens of thousands of people sitting in prison right now that would pass an Uber and Lyft background check, that would had verify IDs, that would have had no problem passing your background check prior to doing the crime that they just did that got them in prison. So you cannot assume that because I verified your ID and you had a background check that you're not going to commit crimes. Let's take the fucking Vegas shooting, for example. That guy had a perfectly clean background, bought all his guns, perfectly clean background, FBI background checks on guns, passed no problem. One day he goes up there, blasts and kills 60 motherfuckers. So you can't sit there and think, oh, well, Uber and Lyft can protect me from shit like that. No, they fucking can't, just because they had a background check. I had a background check. I was perfectly legit to drive for Lyft. Was it Uber and Lyft's fault that I reached out and punched another motherfucker's car for being a dink and almost crashing me? No, I did that on my own. I was responsible for that. But it is what it is. Anything can cause a person to fucking snap. You don't know what's going on in a motherfucker's life that will make him snap one fucking day. We do not know that shit. So to think that, oh, just because they had a background check, that it's going to be safer to go pick somebody up is fucking retarded. And if you continue to push that shit, you're just as fucking retarded, in my personal opinion. Plain and simple. Hey, Omar, what's up? Yeah, exactly. There's things you can do, driver's life. Let's take my pizza delivery. As a driver, I know how to keep myself safe. If I pull up to a house, it's completely blacked out, bushes overgrown, I am not forced to deliver that food. Even though I work for a company where they say you deliver the pizzas, you do this. I don't have to fucking deliver that. All I have to do is turn right back fucking around and go and say, hey, I'm not delivering this. This is not safe for me to deliver. And I'm not doing it. They're not gonna fucking they don't fucking they're not gonna fire you for that shit. It's unsafe. And you guys have the same ability to do when you guys do these other gig work jobs. If you're doing DoorDash, first of all, if you're doing DoorDash in a horrible neighborhood, that's your first mistake. Second mistake is if you go up to a house and it's completely blacked up, you don't have no means of lighting up the house. Don't drop the food off. Drive away and get a hold of fucking DoorDash support and say, hey, this is a fucking scary situation. There's no lights. There's no this. I'm sure though they'll find a way to fucking fix it. But you guys don't. People don't think to think like that. They just want. They're so concerned with that money that they're bypassing the typical or the easiest, most simplest things to protect themselves. They're bypassing because of money. That's your fucking problem. Oh shit. That's the fucking problem. You know. Homer is such a beast. Save that shit. Get a room. Get a room. 5 people killed early morning, a few miles away from my apartment. Yeah, exactly. Okay, that's like I said earlier, Jay. You're gonna yell at Uber and Lyft for not bubble wrapping your car to make your car safer for an accident? No, So it's random act shit. It's not shit that can be predicted. Now, if you want to do private clients and you want to run background checks on your private clients, feel free because at that point it's a private business. You have that right. You can do that. You're not serving the public. You're doing private. So you have the right to say, hey, I would like to do a background check if I want to make you a private client. So I know that you are safe and, you know, shit like that. Then yes, feel free. But as long as you're working for the public, it's not feasible to run everybody that is out in public just to get a ride. Or like I said, it's like I said, how many times have any of you guys walked into 7-Eleven to buy a Slurpee and had to go do a background check? Or you went into Wendy's to get your Baconator and you had to get a background check and your ID verified to see if you were able to buy a Baconator. Come on, give me a fucking break. It's fucking ridiculous. And then you'll have those people that always come out with their same old bullshit argument. Oh, but it's my car. You signed up to use your car, so don't use that as a fucking excuse just because it's your car. I That makes no fucking sense. That's not an excuse. Okay, if you want a job driving people around where you don't have to use your car, drive a bus, drive a taxi. But quit using that as your fucking excuse to think that, oh, that justifies it because it's my own car. Well, you signed up using your own car. So save that fucking drama for your mama too. You know? Yeah, and that's another thing. Yeah, tell them to come out to get the food. Say, hey, there's no porch lights on, none of this, none of that. I, come meet me to get your food. Yeah, fuck yeah. There's ways of doing a driver's life that can keep you safe, but because people are so quick to get that money, and that they just bypass the simplest shit to keep themselves safe, and that's unfortunate. What? Why are you speaking fucking Spanish, girl? Who the fuck is here is speaking Spanish? Well, it's like me. I did the same thing when I drove Uber Lyft. I drove everywhere. Well, pretty soon we're going to have to carry around our vaccine. Yeah, you can carry one around. I don't give a shit. I'm not carrying around shit. Don't come out here spreading fake news and all that bullshit. Well, you got the vaccine, so why do you care? You got the vaccine. You bowed down to the man and got your shit. So why you care? You don't have no problem with it. You got it. You bowed down and got your shit. So it's all good. Well, how about since you want to do better content and be more productive in the gig community, you come out and do things versus instigating drama. You come out and try to do things to help the gig community and promote a good message for the gig community, like you said you wanted to do earlier in your own live stream when you did a couple days ago. How about that instead of instigate drama? What do you think about that? Yeah, I delivered the pizza. Omar, don't start going saying things for the two. uh, no, they have not made the vaccine passports just yet. The other one making it up by coming up here with the, oh, we're going to have to take vaccine cards. Shit. Like, like delete those check. But that's what I'm saying. It's just, you know what's funny too? Let's say that, let's say, okay, we'll take the vaccine. That'll be a perfectly good example. Let's take the vaccine, for example. What if Uber and Lyft decide that, hey, if you want to be an Uber and Lyft driver, we're here to protect your health. You need to have the COVID-19 vaccine in order to drive because we're here to protect your health. We're about safety. We want to save you from catching the COVID. So, in order to drive, you have to get the COVID-19 vaccine. Then, what do you think people are going to say? Wouldn't that be an interesting conversation to see how many people, oh, fuck that, I wouldn't do that. But hey, they're trying to protect you, remember? Your whole deal is that Uber and Lyft don't protect you enough. They're trying to protect you. So they want you to get the COVID-19 so you don't get sick. That's their job. You wanted the apps to protect you more. So there you go. So let's see what happens in that case. How many people want to fight it then? Oh, the apps can't make me do that. The apps this, app fuck that. I'm not. That'll be what'll be coming out of their fucking mouths then, right? It won't be about safety at that point. It'll be like, oh, fuck that. No, So that's what I mean. These people have their own personal agenda. They keep pushing this bullshit on YouTube. And unfortunately, they've got all these brainwashed people. They're listening to and following them and telling them how great they are and blowing up their big fucking heads. So at this point, we could talk about this safety shit over and over and over again, this strike bullshit over and over again. At the end of the day, it does nothing because once again, you're dealing with people. You're dealing with multiple types of personalities. You're dealing with multiple people, and they're gonna do what they want to do anyway. So it doesn't matter what the fuck you say. So even the people that sit there and talk about, oh, the strike would be great. Let's strike. Let's strike. Let's strike. 80% of them aren't gonna strike. They'll sit there and, oh yeah, we'll strike. Yeah, we'll agree, and they'll be the first ones out there scabbing off fucking dry off customers while other people are trying to be serious about it. Come on, right? Yeah, lost food. Exactly, William. But see, but that just would go to show you that their whole agenda about safety is bullshit that they're pushing. Yeah, they can ask you to take it, sure. They can actually make you. That's one of the things I looked into as with employers, and that they can make you get it. If they say you have to get it, it's your choice. Get it or lose the job. They have that right. But most jobs are being pretty cool about it and not forcing it on you. I know, like the casino, they're kind of fucking people. Yeah, exactly. Driver's life. Yeah, exactly. Yep, they're getting their super chats and their clicks and their ad revenue, all that bullshit. Yep, exactly. And that's what it all boils down to at the end of the day. If you watch a lot of these guys, it's all about the money at the end of the day. It's just like this whole Bam Bam and we know his name, Bam Bam and the other guy, Professor. Everything comes down to money. Like, oh, I got more subscribers than you. I made more money doing my Uber and Lyft shit. So I must be right and you must be wrong. Everything's about money with these motherfuckers. So at the end of the day, are you really about the drivers or are you about your money? Just be honest. Say I'm about my money. I feed you guys the bullshit because I want your money. See what I say. I'm not going to pander to you guys. I never have, never will, um, because I don't get paid to pander to you guys, and it's not my personality. I'm not that person that's going to. How should I say? Benefit from your hardships. That's not me. I'm not that guy. I don't have that mindset. I've been down at the bottom and I'm still kind of at the bottom and I'm working my way up. So I know what it's like. So I'm not going to sit there and feed you guys a bunch of bullshit just so you'll fucking throw money in my fucking account to make myself feel better and like I'm worth something because I must be worth something because people give me money to hear my bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Aaron. The company should have not have no weapons policy. So we're in the confines of the law. Yeah, but it's their company, Jay. They can do that. Like I said, it's their company. That's why when all you guys, everybody thinks that they're independent contractors and they're their own boss. You're not. You're still having to follow the company's rules. A true independent contractor, a true businessman, doesn't fucking have to follow another fucking company's rules. They make the rules for themselves. So at the end of the day, technically, you're not an independent contractor just because you have that fancy name. You are an employee because you follow the rules another company makes for you to follow. You're an employee just because they are can bypass the law and give you that fancy title doesn't make you the boss of anything. Oh yeah, exactly, exactly. Well, see, the thing is with these guys' channel is they were lucky enough to start their channels at the beginning of the rideshare. If I would have started doing my channel back in when I started rideshare, what 2016, then I probably would have a good subscriber base because I started it back when it first started, and I would have it. But because I started mine later, and the fact that I'm fucking an asshole and I speak the way I speak, I'm maybe I wouldn't have that number. I'm not as eloquent as all these. I can't speak bullshit out of my mouth as eloquently as these other fucking people can. I can't. I can't even tell you the truth without saying the F word about a gazillion fucking times in one live stream. I can't do that. I don't have that ability. I'm me. I'm the way I grew up. I'm me. So, like I said in my other live stream, I'm not going to go through the thesaurus to find fancy ways to say fuck yourself. I'm just going to say fuck yourself, but that's how it is. It's just simple that way. Why overcomplicated two words that tell you to go fuck yourself? Why do I need to overcomplicate that for you by saying it eloquently in a 30 sentence word sentence? You know, actually, their policy doesn't have anything to do with the Second Amendment. You still have your Second Amendment right to carry a gun, just not at work. But you still have your Second Amendment right. Nowhere in the Second Amendment does it say you have the right to carry your gun at work. Does it? Says you have the right to bear arms. Doesn't say you have the right to bear arms at work. Companies have their policies. That's one of the things when you sign up for a job that you have to follow their policies or don't follow their policies. Well, I drove for Lyft. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I never lied to you guys. I stayed strapped. I drove Lyft. I had my gun in my car all the time. I drove like over 3,000 passengers before one of the customers saw my pistol. So I drove with. I didn't give a fuck. They can't. Like I said, some rules are meant to be broken. Technically, especially when it comes to your safety. Well, like I told you guys before, safety is your number one concern. To take it upon yourself, and if you feel carrying a strap while you're driving Lyft is safer for you to do, then you drive with your strap. Because let me tell you something. Um, when it comes time to pull that strap and use it, who gives a fuck about the job at that point? I don't give a fuck about no job at that point. I give a fuck about going home to my wife and kids if I had them. Fuck a job. Somebody's going home in a body bag, and it's not going to be me. So fuck your job, fire me. I don't give a fuck. But I'm still going home at the end of the night. So that's your choice. You have that choice to do that. I did. I did. Still do. So, you know, life's a gamble. No, no. First, I don't consider myself a badass anything. I consider myself prepared to take care of the business when it needs to be taken care of. That has nothing to do with being a badass. How do you, how did they? Um, because I opened my door to help them with their luggage and it was sitting. I had it sitting in the that the holder that you have on the side of your door. I had it strapped in the holster right there, and I opened my door to help them with their luggage. And it was two girls from Canada that saw it, but we had a nice long conversation about why Americans carry guns and this and that. And they didn't rat me out, so we're cool. Nah, I don't. I don't. I've been around the block. Life is gamble, but I don't go around thinking that I'm some super big badass and shit. Yes, I can physically take care of myself. I can do the things that I need to take care of myself, but I don't walk around portraying that type of person. It's just not my style. It's just not my style. You know, usually the people with the biggest bark are the ones with the less bite. I don't need to. I don't need to walk around with my chest out to prove that I'm a badass. That proves nothing. If I see those type of people will make me laugh because they're the first ones that are going to cave when it comes time to do the nasty. They're going to be the ones that ain't going to do the nasty. They pretend to do the nasty, but they won't. It's like when you walk into a bar, you got this one big loudmouth motherfucker at the bar always talking, and then you got the guy sitting on the stool very quietly in the corner. That's the one you have to worry about. You have to worry about that quiet guy that's sitting in the corner, not the big loudmouth motherfuckers. So that's just yeah, exactly. Life is gamble. Yeah, that is up to you. That is up to you. That is whatever means you feel necessary. That's like I said, your safety and your shit is first and foremost your concern. So yeah, same here. When I'm out door dashing or I'm out delivering pizza, yeah, my first concern is fuck the food. I don't give a fuck about your pizza. I give a fuck when I pull up to your house. I give a fuck to survey my surroundings to make sure it looks safe enough for me to fucking deliver the pizza. If it's not, I don't deliver it. I have that right not to. Same with DoorDash. If I don't feel that I'm driving up to your shit, it's safe. I'm not gonna give you. I'm not gonna. I'll leave your food on the sidewalk. You can come out and get it, but I'm not gonna do it. So yes, it's your right to do that. And I like to see people like you say shit like that because that proves my point that there are people out here that have the mindset that are willing to take it upon themselves, keep themselves safe, and not worry about other motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? You know, you take it upon yourself because nobody can keep you safer than yourself. I don't know how to get that through to more people. That at the end of the day, nobody has that power more than you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you've been doing it a long time, yeah, I've been doing gig work since what 2016. So yeah, and then somebody had made a smart ass comment. The rideshare professional made a smart comment because I put a video when my brother passed away on YouTube, like I think it was 9 years ago. Um, and then I started my gig channel. Whatever the fuck I did, 2019. You know, he tried to throw that up in my fucking face on one of my comments that, oh, I've been on YouTube for 12 years and I only have 300 subscribers. So in my mindset, that shows his mindset. He only gives a fuck about his subscribers, and that makes him feel more important because even though my message, in my opinion, is a lot better than his with 350 subscribers than his fucking 48,000 subscribers at the end of the fucking day. So subscriber count means dick. That means dick. Does the screen stuff you were drinking come with caffeine in it? Yeah. Diet Mountain Dew has caffeine, sure. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah, that's exactly right, Jay. The ones that bark the most are the ones that have the least bites. So always you should always worry about the quiet. And I'm not gonna. There are motherfuckers out there that bark that will bust you up. That's true too. But well, I hope you don't have a driver's license. I'm just gonna take that as a sarcastic comment. But yeah, but yeah, it's like I said, it's like I said, and I hope you guys go out there when you go to these other channels, spread that message, spread the message, start waking these fucking people up, man. These brainwashed motherfuckers, man. If it doesn't start somewhere, it's never gonna start. You know what I'm saying? Get out there and tell them, hey, this is bullshit. You know. Unfortunately, like I said, I don't have this. I can't reach these people. I don't know if I would feel comfortable wearing a strap on. Who the fuck wears a strap on? Where do you come up with saying these dumb things? Who wears a fucking strap on? I didn't strap on none of my chicks. I had a big ass fucking rubber dildo I shoved in their coochies. Plain simple. I've showed it on the fucking video. I've showed a lot of the toys that I used on girls. Ain't no strap on. There was no strap on that motherfucker. It was a big 12-inch fucking dildo that I ran in my chick's pussy. What the scrap on shit? Come on now. You know. So yeah, just take it upon yourself to do your shit. You know what I'm saying? Protect yourselves. Who relying on everybody else to do it? You know what? And maybe a lot more people, if they realize the simple steps it takes to protect themselves, they won't become victims in the first. You need a strap on to secure your manhood. Oh shit, 358. I told you, man, I'm blowing up. I'm blowing up, Lisa. Blowing the fuck up right now. Yeah, exactly, William. Exactly. It's easier that way. Like I said, if you can play the victim, right now in our society, playing the victim is better than being the fucking champion. You know what I'm saying? It's easier to get what you want to play the victim. So that's why you got the people nowadays. So it's a trend to play the victim. Until you actually become a victim, it's a trend to play the victim until you actually become the victim. You know, it's kind of like, and I don't want to use women as this example, but or we can just use it in general. Like, what is the usually the first? You know, you got all these people that don't like guns. They sit there, oh, I can't have guns. I don't like guns. What is usually the first thing they buy when something happens to them? The first thing they do is they go out and buy a gun. And because when it comes to personal safety, in my opinion, personal safety is no different than maintenance on your car. You'll sit there, you'll get brand new tires, you'll do the oil changes, you'll do everything you need to keep your car running fresh. But you won't take that same approach to of pre what is it pre preventative maintenance. If you're willing to take that preventive maintenance on your car, but you're not willing to take that preventive maintenance for yourself, does that make sense? No, if you're willing to go that far to prevent maintenance to keep your car running 100%, why ain't you taking the preventative steps to keep yourself running 100%? You know what I'm saying? So that makes no fucking sense to me. You know? Yeah, you can't help them. Yeah, some people are just they're beyond that. They're beyond that. They have to become a victim. You know, they play the victim. They have to become the victim before they wake the fuck up. And sometimes when you play the victim and then you become the victim, there's no coming back from that because you're dead at that point. Yeah, the whole no tip customer shit. Yeah, that's not cool. Not cool. They're just people out there that don't appreciate shit. They don't appreciate shit. They have that self entitled bullshit, so they don't feel they should have to tip because they're entitled to have their food delivered. Because yeah, you have a company out there that promotes that shit. They promote it. You don't have to tip. Our drivers will do whatever the fuck we tell them. And the bad part about that is drivers' life is there are drivers out there that do that. You got these top dashers that take every order thrown at them, $3, $2. They'll take that shit because they know people are out there who are going to do it. That's why the companies continue to do the things they do because there are people out there that are desperate enough to do that shit. So they're going to do it, you know, because they know people are desperate. They're desperate enough to do it because some people have made their whole life gig work. They've never thought to, do anything else other than gig work. So they're desperate enough to do it. And that 90% of people live beyond their means. They have no choice. They want to keep what they got. They got to go out there and they got to do that shit. You know. So, but as long as you got people willing to fucking do it, you got those desperate people out there willing to do it, or the people to think that because I'm a door dasher or I'm a top dasher, that makes me special. Doesn't make you special. Because at the end of the day, you can be top dasher. Oh, I'm so special, and be deactivated 10 minutes later because they don't give a fuck. And that's what people need to wake up and realize. They don't give a fuck. So all this bitching and complaining you're doing about it, all these people are doing about, oh, they don't care. They don't care. Well, no shit, Sherlock. They haven't cared the whole time they've been doing it. How long does it take you to realize they don't give a fuck? Did it take you 5 years of driving for Uber and Lyft to find out, oh, they really don't give a fuck? You should have known that your first week, fuckface, when you tried to get a hold of somebody and you got put on hold and they told you, nothing I can do. Come on, how fucking stupid are you? Are they? You know, but yet, as much as it's like the Mr. Professor. He was on there talking today about his fleet account where he gets $250 to $500 per car that he rents out to these Lyft drivers. But yeah, all these videos are nonstop bitching and complaining about how Lyft takes advantage of their drivers. They don't pay their drivers enough. But yet he goes out and he promotes it by giving cars to people to go out there and feel the pain of what it's like to be a rideshare driver, not making enough money, putting their lives at risk. If you're really worried about safety of these fucking drivers, but yet you rent the cars to them to go out there in this unsafe environment to do gig work. Does that make sense to you guys? What does that sound like to me? That sounds like to me somebody taking advantage of other people's hardships. That's what it sounds like to me. Because if you were truly about the gig community and their safety and making sure they make money, you wouldn't be giving them fucking cars to go out and put themselves at risk to not make money and possibly be killed. If you actually believe the fucking shit you say, no, what you believe is this. You are getting this. So if one of your fucking drivers gets carjacked and shot in the fucking head, guess what? You'll be replacing them. No different than I'll be replaced if I quit Domino's tomorrow. So get the fuck out of here with this. Oh, I'm so all about the driver bullshit. Bullshit. Get the fuck out of here. You can't say one thing and turn around and do the other. That's being a two-faced hypocrite bullshit. And I don't even like bringing this shit up about him because he'll probably come out with some video because I have 350 subscribers. I live at home with my mom because I lost my job and I had hardship, blah, blah, blah. He'll say some bullshit about that. Like I give a fuck, which I don't. But I don't even like bringing it up anymore with these fuck people because I've already seen I'm not one of his sheep and I see the bull see through his bullshit. But he'll throw up the fact that, oh, he's helped me get money. He did a video because Uberman Tampa asked him, he didn't do shit. So he wouldn't have done shit unless he was asked to do it. And Uberman Tampa asked him to do it. But see, so that goes to show you that you're not about the community if you got to brag about what you do for it. You know what I'm saying? You would be able to help people without having to use it as a means to get to people's attention that you're such a good guy. Because if you portrayed such a good guy from the get go, no matter what deed you did for other people, you wouldn't have to prove that to be a good guy. I don't have to come on here and say, I'm a great guy because I give money to homeless people. I just give money to homeless people if I have it. I don't come on here and say it all the fucking time to blow it up and make me seem like I'm somebody important. But that's what they do. They come on here and talk about, oh, I was so great. My fleet this, my fucking lawsuit against McDonald's, my this, my that, my that. Well, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that's narcissism at its greatest, you know? But that's what I'm saying, but yeah, you come out here and spew how much garbage that Uber and Lyft put drivers through and how it's so unsafe and they should strike and blah blah blah. Are you? My question is, okay, you want your drivers to strike? You want this big strike to go through? No driving from 12 to 3. Are you going to give a discount on the cars you rent to these fucking drivers that are making money from 12 to 3 because you called for them to strike? I want to know. Are you going to give them a discount on their weekly lease? Why don't you come out and give us some information like that? You're promoting that these drivers go out and not make no money for 3 hours because you want them to strike. Are you giving them a discount on their lease for not making no money? Let's get some information. Let's speak some real fucking facts. And like I said, if these companies are so bad, they don't pay you enough, it's so unsafe, then why are you leasing cars to people to go out and do it? Yeah, it's all about this. At the end of the day, it's all about this. Like I said, at the end of the day, if he leases you a car, you go out and get your head blown off, he'll just have the car cleaned and somebody else driving it next week. So he don't give a fuck. It's about this. He wants that money. He wants that lease money. So let's fucking face it. Damn, you can get a panhandle permit? That's crazy, bro. That's how you talk about enabling motherfuckers. That's enabling. What? Trickster rents a car from him. So what? So who cares if they rent? If they're willing to go out and rent a car from him, then that's on them, and they can pay his bills. Go pay his bills. Same with the people that give him super chats. Pay his bills. Who gives a shit? They want to do that. That's on them. That's their money. But when you come on these fucking channels preaching something, but you don't practice what you preach, then we have issues. But like I said, it doesn't fucking matter to me. I don't care. Do what you fucking want. I always say that anyway. These are your channels. Do whatever the fuck you want. I come on my channel. I express my opinion. Boom. That's how it goes. I'll express my opinion. That's how it is. I've never made this channel to go out of my way to prove that I'm something better than anybody else because I'm not. Well, I'm not saying it's not bad to share, what's the things that you do. I'm not saying it's bad to share that, yeah, okay, I give money to homeless people. But when you got to emphasize it every time you do a fucking video over and over and over and over again, then it's narcissism at that point. I can come on here and say, yes, I give money to homeless people. Um, but if I have to say it like every 5 minutes, oh, I do this, I do that, I do this, I do that. And at what point do you realize, hey, this motherfucker is narcissist? He just cares about more about himself, talking about himself. Fuck. Roy for council. No, Roy don't do no councils. Hey, let me tell you something. I didn't even get asked to do that thing on Monday, the rideshare thing on Monday. So that'll be interesting to watch. All that shit. I didn't even get picked to do that. Kevin, the entrepreneur, got picked to do that. A fucking known thief. Somebody that, once again, doesn't even do rideshare. Known fucking thief. But he got picked to do it somehow. Who fucking knows? I don't know. Self-admitted thief gets to get on there and do shit. Once again, more people that have no fucking idea on how to protect themselves or do anything. You know, so it'll be interesting to watch. But look, a lot of times this is what I do, Arturo. I wouldn't say I necessarily give them money. Normally, what I'll do is if I see them and they ask, "Hey, do you got a buck or something?" I'll offer them something else. You want a soda? You want something to eat? A sandwich? A hot dog? And most of the time, if it's a legit homeless person, they'll go for the food. I've bought multiple times. I bought a soda. I've even bought motherfucking beer because I'm not one to judge motherfuckers. If a motherfucker wants a beer, if he's living on the streets and him drinking a beer makes his day somehow better, who the fuck am I to sit there? Because I've seen it. I've seen people put him down. Oh, why is he drinking alcohol? He's homeless. Blah blah blah. You're just feeding his addiction. You know what? Fuck you, bitch. First of all, I've been homeless, so I know. Second of all, if him drinking a beer makes his the next 30 minutes of the 24 hours he's lived on the street better and makes him feel better, fuck it. I'll buy him a beer. I don't give a fuck. Hey, Ivan, what's up, man? So, but most of the time, if they're true, has Domino's been busy? Domino's been so, man. It's been, man. It's not really the fact that whether or not Domino's is busy or not. We're busy right now because nobody wants to work. We have the same issues as everybody else. Nobody wants to work. So it's if you can say it's just been busier because you're doing more deliveries because less people are working. And just because you're doing more deliveries at Domino's doesn't mean you're getting more money. Because in my particular Domino's, probably 50% of the people don't even tip. See, and that's what another thing that comes on here. You got these people bitching about DoorDash. I'm not getting no tips. I'm not doing no tips. No tips. Well, imagine working for a company where you still have to deliver food and you don't get tips. So that's the difference between a true person. That's you know I'm not all about the money. Fuck, dude. Come on. It's just it's you know it's just crazy. It's just pisses. I don't want to say it pisses me off, but it's fucking aggravating that I see these people continually pushing this nonsense, and you still seeing the same fucking results of their bullshit. Nothing's happening. Drivers are still going to be hurt. Drivers are going to be hurt no matter what you fucking do. You know what I'm saying? And you still keep pushing this false narrative to make people feel better. Like, you keep giving this false sense of security to people. I really wish one of these motherfuckers would have the balls to come out and say, hey, this is the deal. Blah, 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 blah. But they don't, because they won't get their super chats and they won't get their views. And that's what they're all about. Yeah, Jay, I'm about that. If the guy says, hey, could you buy me a beer? I'll buy you a beer. That's the last thing I give. The man's living on the fucking street. I know what it's like. I lived in my car for what, 8 fucking months? So I know what it's like to not have somewhere to go. Yeah, I had my car, okay, but at the same time, it's still homeless. Okay, yeah, I say drier at night than he did, a little warmer. Well, not really warmer, but you know what I'm saying. So the last thing I am to is to judge a motherfucker, that's out there. He's struggling 24 hours a day in the heat, in the cold. He hasn't had a bath in fucking months. The last thing I'm going to do is put him down because he wants to drink a beer. Fuck that. Here's your beer. I'll buy you two. I don't give a fuck, man. He has enough shit to worry about living on the streets than other people picking on him because he wants a beer. You know what I'm saying? So, oh no shit. Huh. I don't know how you can get a tip. I don't know how they include tips, but so yeah, bro. Look how many people take for granted their situations. You know what I'm saying? They take advantage of their situations, Jay. They don't know what it's like to live on the street. So how the fuck can you judge somebody that's living on the street? You know what I'm saying? How can you look at an individual that hasn't had a bath in a month, that looks like he hasn't eaten in fucking weeks, and sit there and judge him and say, ugh, what is that? How do you judge that? You know? Oh, it was hella hot today, bro. No shit. So at the end of the day, who the fuck are you? Because you're blessed enough to be able to go spend $8 on a fucking frappuccino for Starbucks. But who the fuck are you to judge him? If the man wants a beer, give him a beer. Give him a fucking sandwich, hot dog. Quit fucking looking down on these people. You don't know what kind of person he was before he hit rock fucking bottom. You don't know. He might have been one of the ballingest motherfuckers in the world, and he just hit a bad patch, and now he's homeless. So who the fuck are you to judge? Because you could be in that same position in a heartbeat. You know, if a driver complains about not getting a tip, that's the driver's fault for not accepting that. Right. Yeah, exactly, Kevin. That see, I don't have that option. I don't have that option when I deliver for Domino's. No, you get the orders handed to you. If you get a tip, you get a tip. If you don't, you don't. DoorDash, you have the opportunity to pick your orders. So if you take a three, it's like that fucking guy that came on fucking TikTok crying like a bitch because he took a $3 order for 45 minutes. You didn't have to accept that motherfucking order. So you were on there crying, and he got paid because he made the fucking. It was his choice. He made the fuck up, but yet we got all these bleeding heart motherfuckers out here. He went on and cried and made what, like 50 grand. So it's just taking advantage of people is what that is. Yeah. Well, well, look at me, Jay. For example, I worked 2 jobs. I was homeless for 8 months, living in my car, and I still went to work every day. So yeah, there's people out there just because they're homeless don't mean they're worthless or they're lazy or that doesn't mean nothing. So to sit there and judge somebody for what he wants is ridiculous. If a motherfucker, you walk up to a motherfucker, he asks if you can buy him a beer, buy him a beer. Sure. You know, unless it's an underage kid, don't buy him a beer. Yeah, exactly. And that's another thing. Yeah. If you can't afford it, then don't. Yeah. I feel you, William. Shit, I was there, bro. I was there, my man. So, like I said, lived in my car for 8 months. So I've been there. So yeah, there's been multiple times I had to say no to people, because I know, hey, I don't have it, you know. So I was there. So yeah, and that's the thing. Take care of you, number one. It's always taking care of yourself, number one. If you can't love yourself first, you can't love other people. Plain and simple. If you can't take care of yourself first, you can't help take care of other people. You know, so always look out for yourself and your family first, because if you can't take care of them, you can't take care of others. But if you're blessed enough to be able to hand a motherfucking money for a beer or buy him a beer, then buy him a beer. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that, but a lot of people look down on homeless people. Like my boss at work, I worked at Jimmy John's for 8 months, homeless in my car. They could not tell that I lived in my car. They were like, "You're homeless? You live in your car?" I said, "Yeah, I live in my car." I actually showed her all the shit in my car. Like, yeah, this is what I live out of. She's like, "Oh my God, you never come across me as somebody who was homeless." No, because I did my best to, took pride in myself and did my best to make sure I was clean. I didn't smell bad. My car was clean and everything. So, you know, not, I wasn't it is kind of embarrassing to be homeless. Let's face it. That's not something to be proud of. It's not proud to, do that shit. Yeah, Lisa did that. And then a lot of showers, were, I wouldn't even call them showers, bro. I should have bought stock in fucking baby wipes because yeah, you'd have to wipe yourself down in your car and all kinds of shit, bro. Yeah, so you know, but yeah, there was people that got me. Yeah, Lisa was the one that got me truck stops, stuff to go to truck stops and shit. Yeah, so yeah, and I ain't gonna lie. There have been people on here who did help me out. They helped me out, and I've been very grateful for that. You know, but it's look at the ace in the house. But yeah, so but it just I wish people would uh just wake up and realize that they need to start taking care of themselves and doing this shit for themselves and quit finding excuses to not do for yourself. And I wish these channels would wake the fuck up and quit pushing these fucking bullshit agendas for their own financial gain. Bullshit. You know? You know? But then again, who am I to knock somebody else's hustle? If your hustle is to deceive people and make money off other people's hardship, if that makes you feel like a bigger man and that's how you do your hustle, more power to you. But don't come on here getting on other people's cases because they don't have as many subscribers or they don't have a fleet of fucking cars or they have to only do Uber X to survive. Don't come on here fucking preaching bullshit that there ain't as good as you because you were fortunate enough to have what you have. That's what also pisses me off the most is that you throw your wealth and your shit up in other people's face. Like that's something proud to do. Like, oh, like today on the live stream I was watching, oh, I've done this. I've made millions in referrals. I've done this. Well, if that makes you a better man than fucking me or somebody else, well, whatever. Whatever makes you sleep better at night. But But a true man doesn't have to come on here bragging about everything he's fucking done and how much money he made to make people like him. Because people would like you whether you're fucking like me. I was fucking homeless. I have fuck people in this room that like me, and I was fucking homeless. So I don't have to flaunt my wealth or anything to make people fucking like me. So and a true man wouldn't have to do that. How long will the safety thing go on for? As far, what do you mean safety thing? Like the strike about the safety strike that they're talking about? That's supposed to be 60 days. But I don't. But if that's what you're talking about, I'm not sure. Oh yeah. So, but if people are gonna like you, they're gonna like you for who you are as a person, not for your wealth. Yeah, exactly, and that's what I said, Vegas. That's why I say it. To me, it's just disgruntled people and people that have a vendetta. Because, like I said, how are you going to sit there and bash Uber and Lyft constantly, but yet you lease out vehicles for other drivers to do it? That's totally ass backwards. That's like I said. I think it was my last one. I sit there and I tell you guys how bad it is. I show you how bad it is to burn your hand on a fucking stove, but yet I hand you all out free stoves to burn your hands on. Does it make fucking sense? No. So that's the same fucking analogy. What? Yeah, right. Exactly, William. It's just, and that's what it's all about. It's not, and like I say, you're leasing out vehicles to people. You're proud to go on the news talking about how unsafe Uber and Lyft driver is. Did you tell the news people that you give people or you rent people cars to go out and do this unsafe fucking job? Do you? Did you tell the news person that? Yeah, I feel it's unsafe for all these drivers to be out here. But you know what? I make tens of thousands of dollars every month off my drivers that I give cars to go do it. So did you tell them that? No, you don't. You don't leave out that. You're gonna leave that shit out. You know, because if I was a reporter, if I was the reporter, that'd be the first thing to come out of my mouth. Be like, what? Wait a minute. You're talking about how unsafe it is, but yet you make money off people doing it. But see, they'll leave out those specifics. You know. Yep. Exactly. But it is what it is. You know. But like I said, I'm always, I love you guys. I love you guys. You guys are loyal as fuck. I couldn't ask for a better group of people. Yeah, I may only have 358, but you know what? I have 358, legit motherfuckers. And I definitely have a good, strong 25, 30 legit strong motherfuckers that come up in here and support me on the daily or weekly or whenever. So I can say for a fact, I'm not, I'm surprised some of you have even stayed as long as you have because I've been a rough motherfucker. And so it's just good that, so a frog jumped on my foot on a delivery. Yeah, Alamo. Yeah, Alamo City, Dan. It doesn't matter what you can have. You can have a fucking, like I said, unless Uber and Lyft can turn your car into a fucking transformer and fucking, you're stuck, man. It doesn't. You can have all the cameras you want. You can have all the guns on you you want. You can. There's still no guarantee, bro. So people just need to realize that hey, if the man wants you, the man's going to take you. It's a random act of violence. Nothing you can do about it. Until we have Minority Report, where we have people that can predict shit, we're stuck. We're stuck. So you know, I guess if he wants to ask Uber and Lyft to spend 200 million of their dollars on a precog system like they did in um, that Minority Report, invest 200 million into people that can see the future to help keep drivers safer, then I'd be all with that. I'd be down for that. But that ain't gonna fucking happen. So let's fucking speak the truth. Yeah, they're still here, man. I know. I got 359 now. Awesome, awesome. See now I'm moving up in the world. No, I'm just like with you guys. This channel's not been all about that shit. Channel's not about that shit. I just hope my message gets out to more and more people that are willing to listen to the message and take that message and go with it. Quit, like I said, quit falling for these fucking snake oil salesmen, and be willing to listen to somebody else's opinion other than being brainwashed with the same shit over and over again. Actually, somebody that can wake them up to, you know, sure, I could. You know what I could do? I could start me a business tomorrow to take any rideshare driver that wants to learn how to shoot a gun. I could take you to the range, teach you how to pull your gun from a driver's seat. I could teach you how to pull your gun from laying on your back, laying on your stomach, whatever the case may be. How to shoot your fucking gun properly, how to pull your gun properly. I could do that if I thought that was going to save more lives. But you know what? Even that isn't gonna save more lives. That's not a viable mean to save more lives. But I could do that. But am I going to do that? No. Fuck, Vegas could do that. Vegas could take you out, show you how to fucking shoot a gun properly, how to pull a gun from a fucking car seat, how to do all that shit. But the point is, we're trying to do something to protect the drivers, which at the end of the day, the only protection coming is you. You are your only protection. And the choices you make and the things you choose to do to protect yourself, that is what's going to keep you safe. And even then, it probably won't. There's no guarantee it will. So, you know. Hey, Rick, what's up, man? So, yeah, but so there's, but but people need to wake up. People need to wake up. Quit relying on everybody else to do shit for you. You know, yes, it would be nice if we could all be born with silver spoons in our mouths and we could have whatever we want whenever we want. But it's not like that. It's not like that. There's too many people out there being given a false sense of security because somebody keeps running their fucking pie hole and telling them shit instead of breaking it down and say, hey, dude, you're going to be the one that has to protect yourself. It's not going to be Uber or Lyft. It's not going to be the fucking popos. It's going to be you at the end of the day. So that's what people need to hear. And not enough people are out here on this YouTube channel telling people that shit. Breaking news: Mercedes chase pick right. Oh shit! Got some fucking live PD action going on. Damn! Just got back home. Garden work. Mosquitoes eating me alive. Swarms of it. Oh shit, man! You want to move to Vegas? Yeah, because it was like 112 out here. Some shit today. It was hot as fuck. I shot Smith and Wesson 38 caliber M16 M4. Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of people that could do shit like that. We could all. There's probably multiple people to show you how to whip out a gun and use it if you had to. But even then, that's not a guarantee. Like I said, some guy sitting behind you, he could pop you in the back of your dome, and you would never even get a chance to grab your gun. So there's no guarantees, you know. And like I said, even the most prepared person, there's no guarantee. I'm one of the most prepared persons. If you in my car, I'm more prepared for shit, and there's still no guarantee I'm going to come out with anything. You know what I'm saying? I carry 2 bags in my car. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up, Alex? Oh, the pickup hit your trailer. Oh, dude, they fucked up your car, your trailer. Fuck, dude, that sucks, man. I'm one of the most prepared people in the world when it comes to having shit in your car for emergency situations. That doesn't mean I'm gonna come out of it, you know. So yeah, no shit, Alex. What's fuck? Where you been, man? Got fucking abducted by those aliens we've been hearing about lately on the news. So I just wish more people would take that into consideration. Look at shit realistically. Background checks, unfeasible, not going to matter anyways. ID checks, credit card checks, unreasonable, unfeasible, wouldn't matter anyways. Partitions in the back of your car, unrealistic, unrealistic to a point. And at the same time, will it stop crime, random acts of violence and crime? No, it won't. So this whole thing about Uber and Lyft doing this, no. Look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. That'll be my biggest thing to pass along. Look in the mirror. Ask yourself, how important are you to yourself? Are you willing to take the steps to protect yourself, or are you willing to look in the phone and say, I'm going to let this app protect my life over just doing it for yourself? That's what you have to ask yourself at the end of the day. Yeah, still the dog life. Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah, dog still bit me. So I was searching Little Dick Men in Your Life came out. Oh well, shit. Well, hey, at least I'm on the. Hey, at least I'm popping up on some Google search. You know. Yeah, all those things that these people continue here and here. You want to know something else that will, if you want to start to, because everybody wants to think that they're, hey John, how you doing, bud? That they're, somehow you need to, and let's look at where a lot of these crimes are happening. Shitholes, Chicago, Baltimore, um, Michigan, Detroit, Washington D.C. What all these New York? What does all these have in common? California. They're ran by shitty governments. They're ran by governments that protect criminals. So you know what you want to start doing if you're scared to go out at night, walk your dog, drive your Uber, start getting on your elected officials to start getting tough on crime. Stop letting these motherfuckers out of jail to come out and just continue to keep doing crimes day in and day out. You want to start somewhere, start there. But don't expect Uber and Lyft to do it. Go out as, once again, being responsible for yourself. Take it upon yourself to call your legislatures and your fucking people and say, hey, you need to start getting tough on fucking crime, and go from there. You're gonna have more success with that than you are with these fucking apps. Because if you think for 1 second a guy that's sitting there making a $49 million a year salary gives a fuck about you, you're fucking delusional. You think he really gives a fuck? No. Yeah, elected officials are paid off, but you also, even if an elected official is paid off, guess what? You still have the power to vote him out. You still have the power to vote him out at the end of the day. So if your community is really that worried about crime and shit that happened, then you as a community, or if you want to be a real leader in your community, go out there and start building your community up to get rid of these pieces of shit that are running these communities. That's how you're gonna fix it. Get these pieces of shit out of fucking office. Lead the charge in doing shit like that. You know, that is, you're gonna have a better. Want to be a leader. Don't be so proud to be a leader of rideshare, like some motherfuckers are here. Oh, I'm a leader in rideshare. That makes me fucking special. No, go out and be a fucking true leader. Start turning your communities around. Get out there. Start community programs to get these piece of shit fucking elected officials that are light on crime and love criminals the fuck out of your cities, to start making your cities. We're talking about, let's defund the police. Let's take away police guns. No, you need more police to get out there in those neighborhoods to make a fucking difference, so you don't have these crime issues happening to you all the fucking time. Be a true fucking leader if that's what you want to be. If that's what you're so proud of being as a leader, then be a real leader. Quit this, oh, I'm a leader of rideshare shit. Ain't nothing. Get out there in your fucking community and do some real fucking leadership. You know, that's what you need to be at the end of the fucking day. Well, yeah, that's because unfortunately, William, because we have a society now that's once again playing the victims. Everybody's a victim. Everybody's a victim because it's shoved in their fucking face 24 hours a day that you're a victim. You're a victim. Cops are the bad guys. Cops are the bad guys. But yet, cops are the first ones you call when you have a problem. But the cops are the bad guys. So, until we get this mindset out of the motherfucking people's mind, and we get true motherfuckers out there to spread the real message, you know, you're always going to have the problem. You're going to have it. You know. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That too, William. People are hurting out there because once again, they got shut down. They didn't have no money coming in, which is bullshit. Because I know there's a lot of people got some fat ass stimulus. So, but even with crime rates going up in your city, you still can protect yourself. That's still the point. Still the whole point of this. Is yeah, you may have crime coming up in cities and this, but you are the one to protect yourself. Not Uber and Lyft, not DoorDash. It's you. You know which neighborhoods suck ass in your fucking community. Don't go there. It's a simple thing. Don't fucking go there. You don't want to get choked out from behind. You don't want somebody shanking you in the back. Don't let people sit behind you in your fucking car. No guarantee they're just shanking your fucking side of your neck. But at the same time, at least you can see that coming. You know what I'm saying? So do those things. Protect yourself. Not Uber and fucking Lyft. And stay away from the fucking shitholes. Don't go driving in the shitholes and then complaining that, oh, I got robbed in the shithole. Well, no shit. 95% of the crime comes from the shithole. So why are you going to go jump in the shithole? This is the mindset. You don't want dog shit on your shoe. Are you going to step in a pile of dog shit in the grass on purpose? Same scenario. You know this is where the crime is. Let's go drive in the middle of the crime. Fucking dumb. They have a button already, man. I've already said that. Uber and them have the 911 button. They have that shit. And the panic button means dick. By the time the cops even show the fuck up, if they show up, you're fucking already dead anyway. So, like I said, there's no fucking guarantee. And to quit yelling and all these people want everybody to do shit for them. Go out there and do it yourself. At least if you decide to take it on yourself, you go out with a fighting fucking chance. That's one thing. Unfortunately, the guy that the Uber Eats driver that was killed. Hey, at least he tried to get a fighting chance. He jumped on his shit and he went for it. He's like, "Fuck it, this is my car." At least he gave it a fighting a chance. Some of you motherfuckers don't even have the balls. Not maybe you guys, but most motherfuckers don't even have the balls to stand up for themselves and do shit for themselves. Look at that one guy that had a girl, that fucking old lady choking him out and biting him and shit. He just sat there crying and screaming like a little bitch. What is that? What kind of shit is that? The minute that bitch touched me, I would have knocked her the fuck out. How the fuck you gonna let her sit there and choke you out, bite you, and yell and scream like a little girl? The fuck is that? And another thing, it shows how fucking weak society is the people standing around there videotaping it. Didn't even bother to help the dude. Dude's getting choked out and bit, and they're just watching it. Don't do that. You shouldn't be do that. I'm gonna call the police. I'm gonna call the police. Really? This is the kind of shit you. And then you want Uber. And let me guess, you're gonna blame that on Uber and Lyft. That's Uber and Lyft's fault that you let some old lady strangle you and bite you, and you sat there and just let her do it. That's Uber and Lyft's fucking fault. But that's kind of bullshit I'm talking about. You know? Yeah, right. Over in a panic button. And that's another thing. Yeah, you guys have these things at your disposal. I've seen all these videos on Dustin's channel. Just saw the newest one talking about Uber driver that the guy pulls up completely unlocked. You can see there was four people there. He knew there was four people there. Unlocked car, unlocked. People jump in this motherfucking car, and then he waits till they all four pile up and I can only take four of you. I can only take four of you. And he just sits there. And get the fuck out of my car. It's that simple. Get the fuck out of my car. Don't even have your doors unlocked. They wouldn't even have been able to get in the car to begin with. It's fucking ridiculous. It's simple shit to take care of yourself. And these people have been, there's plenty of videos and plenty of other channels out here that have told you this basic shit, and these motherfuckers still can't do it. So you want Uber and Lyft to do everything, but yeah, you can't once again do the simple shit to keep yourself safe. That's what's sad. Yeah, but Jay, at the end of the day, Jay, yeah, yes, we all know there's ways to do this shit, but once again, it's up to you. If you don't feel safe doing it, don't push yourself to do it. Or if you don't have the ability to do it and you know you don't have the ability to do it, don't do it. But see, that's the thing. These people are so desperate for this money. They're so desperate that they're going to do it knowing that they're putting themselves in danger on purpose for $3 fucking. So you can't blame Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, any app for your neediness for $3 and putting yourself in an unsafe position to begin with. You can't do that. You can't blame somebody else for your own actions. Quit blaming others for your own actions. If Jay goes into a bad neighborhood because Jay has the knowledge and the ability to protect himself and to do that delivery, safely and get it done, then that's okay for Jay to do. But if William goes in that same neighborhood, has no idea where he's at, doesn't have no idea what kind of neighborhood it is, doesn't have the skills or the means to protect himself the same way Jay does, and then William decides to go into that neighborhood for $3 and gets fucked up, then whose fault is that? Uber and Lyft's or DoorDash's? No, it's William's fault because William went and took a chance in a situation that he knew wasn't safe or wasn't what you would call it to his best benefit for his health. We'll put that. That's like me, as big and as mean as I am in the shit that I carry. If I still don't feel comfortable with the delivery, I'm not delivering it. And I'm big, mean, and I carry shit with me. Here, I carry shit with me. Trust me. I carry all kinds of shit with me. Where's it at? I carry shit with me, and right there is. So I carry shit, and if I still don't feel fucking that, I'm not gonna fucking do the delivery. So, yeah, exactly, John, exactly, and same thing, Vegas, yeah. But we all know if we've all been driving these apps and we all know our cities by now. We all know this. If we live in Chicago, we know where the fucked up places are. Not like I said, it's not a guarantee, but if you have a specific part in your city where you know that 85% of crime comes from, that's pretty clear indication not to go there. Like I said, and then you take 15% chance with the other areas. But but yeah, so but even that, as big and as mean and as capable as I am of taking care of myself, if I don't feel that it's a safe delivery, I'm not going to do it because a $3 tip versus getting shanked or shot for a fucking piece of pizza is not worth it to me. No, I don't give a fuck. No matter what I'm carrying. Yeah, right. Well, yeah, exactly. Right. That's like me in Vegas. Me in Vegas. I'm born and raised in Vegas. Vegas, same deal. We know what are good neighborhoods to go into and which ones are not. So if me and Vegas decide that, hey, I want to drive in this neighborhood because I'm getting a lot of orders and I feel comfortable because I know the area, I know what to look for, then it's on us at that point. It's not on Uber and Lyft or DoorDash. It's on us because we made that decision knowing that it's a fucked up part of town. We know what people there are capable of doing. So it falls on us. It doesn't fall on Uber and Lyft. In the same way with rideshare and all this other shit. Quit expecting other people to do it for you. Take the basic steps and go there. At least start doing the basic shit. But 90% of these guys don't even do the basic shit, and then they wonder why they get fucked up. So it's you know what. But then again, you know what? I can talk till I have to stretch. I can talk till I'm blue in the face about this shit. We can all talk till we're blue in the face about this shit. But you know what? At the end of the day, unless we start reaching out for more people. That's why I hope when you guys get done here, or if you guys are on other people's channel, you start pushing the same message. Maybe we can start getting it out there, and hopefully we start waking people up to the possibility that hey, you can take care of yourself. You can make yourself safer. You don't have to rely on bullshit strikes and these fucking apps to save your life in a bad situation. Like I said, that's what I'll ask of you guys. You don't have to do anything I ask, but if you're in other people's rooms, you let your voice be heard. You know, like I said, certain channels will certain channels will cut you off though because you don't fit their agenda. So just be aware of that. That if you go in there saying shit and they don't like what you say, they'll delete your shit. So, or they'll try to degrade you because you're not as great and as successful as they are. So just be prepared for shit like that because that's their MO too. If you go in there and you say something against what they say, they try to degrade you, try to bully you down to make you feel like you're shit because they have millions and you don't. But don't let that shit deter you. It has yet to deter me. So, don't let it deter you. Stick to your guns. So, exactly, driver's life. That's what I'm saying. Do what's best for you. Quit relying on other people. Quit relying on what this guy says. Quit relying on what this app says. Quit. Do you. Do what you know is going to work for you. And believe in yourself and do it for yourself. And learn to protect yourself. Because like I said, if you can't do the simple things, if you're not following the simple rules to keep yourself safe, there's nothing those apps can do that can keep you safer because you're not willing to keep yourself safe to start with. Well, I'll be looking forward to that roundtable. It'll be interesting to see what comes out of that shit and what people what people have to say about that. Dig deep on your woman's intuition. Really, Rick, at the end of the day, you don't even have to do that. You know what you have to do? Use use these, and use this. This is the most important part. There's this old saying that majority of people only use 10% of their brain. Start becoming that person that uses 11% when you do this kind of work, when you go out there every night. Instead of just using that normal 10% every other fucking human uses, start using 11% and use this. Because this is here. Because I'll tell you this. This right here is just as powerful as this in the right situations. So you don't always need this. This is just as important. So if you can use this, you may not have to use this at the end of the day. So that's what people need to understand. So start being that person when you go out every night. Start being that person that uses 11% of your fucking brain and not 10%. And guess what? You might just be a safer individual at the end of the day. And use these. Use these. Use these. Use these. You have so many senses on you to use to help to safeguard you from shit. And if this and these and this ain't enough, then it's time to go to that. Okay? Plain and simple. You know? But that's it. Just use this. This. Start with this. Stop watching these videos and assuming that this is what you need. Use this first and foremost. I can say anything I want to you guys. I can say do this, do this, do this, do this, but at the end of the day, you have to be the one to do it. You have to use that. I'm not in your market. I can't tell you which neighborhoods not to go to. I'm in Vegas. I can tell you in Vegas what not to do. But even then, it's still up to you. You can lead a horse to the water, but you can't force him to drink it. There's all these old sayings that you can't. So, but the main message is start taking responsibility for yourself, your actions, your safety, and what you need to do for yourself. If Uber and Lyft ain't making enough money for you, stop doing Uber and Lyft. Go find yourself another job that can pay you what you want. If you still like doing Uber and Lyft, do it part time. But quit sitting here bitching and complaining that it's all about Uber and Lyft. No, you take responsibility for your own actions. Remember, who is the creator of your own destiny? Who is that? It's you. So if you can't, if you, why would you sit there if you know you can't jump rope? Why are you going to keep jump roping? Same with Uber and Lyft. If you keep doing it and it's not coming out to your satisfaction, and you're not being able to do what you're doing, then fucking move on to something else and do it part time if you like doing it. But quit fucking relying on other people to tell you that. Just blame them, blame them, blame them. Because the blame game isn't working anymore. It's not working anymore. You know, the only thing it's doing is you got something to watch while you're sitting on your ass doing nothing, not making no money. You know what? I could be sitting on my ass all day, doing DoorDash only. No, I do my DoorDash, and then I go and do my W-2 job. I do them both because I need them both to pay my bills and to have my little bit of extra spending money that I have for my cigarettes and shit like that. That's what I do them both. So, can I possibly do just DoorDash and make enough? I'm sure I could. I know my shit well enough, but I don't. I don't do it. I don't like it that much that I'm going to go in there. But I'm also not the one coming on here bitching that, I'm only getting $3 orders all day. Blah, blah, blah. That's not me. That's not me. I went out and did something. Yes, I could have DoorDash while I was homeless the whole time. No, I went out and I got 2 jobs and I did it. So, like I said, it's up to you. At the end of the day, it's up to you. Just like you're safe, nobody else. Thank you, Jay. It's a gun. It serves its purpose. But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, just start using this more, and you'll be. If you start using this more, you've already 50% safer if you start using this. That already makes you 50%. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's another thing. If you don't drive it, you can't. You can't. It's hard to speak on something you're not doing because like me talking about rideshare safety. I can talk about the whole safety aspect of it because at the end of the day, it's not your personal safety being left, for you to do is based on you. It's not based on Uber and Lyft because Uber and Lyft can't do anymore to keep you safe. So I can talk about it whether I drive for them or not. Um, but technically, when it comes to now, can I come out here and say, okay, rideshare, you should go do this, you should go do that, go to this spot? No, I can't say that anymore because I don't do it anymore. If I still drove for Uber and Lyft and I was having success, and let's say driving the strip, driving this, then I could say it. But I don't drive for them anymore, so I can't come on here. So all these people that don't drive, giving out information on what's the best way to drive or where you should drive and this and that, yeah, that's kind of you're taking secondhand information that probably other people are giving you, and you're passing it along like it's your fucking knowledge. It's not. That's what's going on. When is the great strike? That's Monday. I'm not sure what time. It's Monday though. So yeah, they just get paid for YouTube. Yeah, that's why I say it. It's all about the views, driver's life. That's why they pander. That's why they pander and tell these people what they want to hear. Because these people don't want to hear it's their fault when they fuck up. They don't want to hear it. You come to my channel and you tell me something stupid, I'm going to tell you you're fucking dumb and you fucked up. Like this guy on the professor's fucking live today that Uberman Tampa made a video about, talking about, oh, I got kicked off the platform because I was taking people off the books, and he's blaming Uber and Lyft why you can't get back on. Well, you're a fucking idiot that drove off the platform. That's your fucking fault. Why is it Uber and Lyft's responsibility for you doing what you're not supposed to do? Hey, Christine, how you doing? Um, so why are we blaming Uber and Lyft for your fucking stupidity? But that's the kind of shit. But you'll pander to that. They'll pander to that. Oh yeah, here, let me pat you on the back. Yeah, it's all Uber and Lyft's fault. It's not your fault that you were breaking the rules and taking money off the books. No, it's all Uber and Lyft's fault. That's the kind of shit. That's how they make their money. Like Driver's Light said, that's how they make their money from YouTube. Their super chats, their ad rev. That's that's how they make their money. So they're gonna pander to whatever brings them the most views and the most likes and the most ad revenue. That's what they're gonna pander to. You know. Yeah, it's gonna be Geo's channel Monday. I'm not sure what time. Yeah, drivers like, yeah, that's, but like I said, all these guys started this back in the day. That's why they have the following they have. And like I said, when you continually pander to them, you're going to keep those subs. You're going to keep that because you know that's why I only have 359 now. Is because I tell the truth. I don't pretend to be something I'm not. These guys are pretending to have knowledge that they know nothing about. I watch paid to drive shit too, and I'm not picking on Pete. He's a cool kid. He does his thing. Like I said, don't knock the hustle. Do whatever you got to do. But you can't sit there and read an email and then sit there and say, "Well, I haven't heard anything about this," because, well, yeah, you haven't heard anything about it because you don't drive it anymore. How can you speak on something you don't drive? If I send you an email saying, "Hey, did you hear about this? This is happening in this market," you have no clue because you don't drive. So you can't speak on shit that you're not driving. Yes, you can give a basic fucking opinion on what you think, but we all know what that happens when opinions are like assholes. We all have one. That doesn't mean that it's the right one. But it is what it is. That's how they make their money. And the people continue to go to them because they're not willing to go to other people and hear what they need to hear. Nobody wants to come to Roy's channel and hear that I fucked up. They don't want to hear me tell you fucked up. They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that. They want to hear that they did nothing wrong. It's not their fault. DoorDash deactivated me for not delivering people's food. Well, guess what? That's what happened. They deactivate you for that shit. And usually when you get deactivated for this shit, it's not a one-time one and done situation. A lot of people that's why I question the honesty of all these people when they come on these channels and they say I got deactivated because I didn't deliver their food. That makes you wonder because it's just like Uber and Lyft and shit like that. When you get a warning, hey, this is there's probably been one or two or three or more times that this has come to Uber and Lyft's attention that you have done before you even got the fucking warning. So chances are, I'm not like too keen on how much of honesty these guys are, because like I said, now it's the trend thing to play the victim and blame them other people other than themselves. Like the people that drove through the fucking water. Elmer put a thing up. They drove through the fucking lake that was, when it was fucking flooded. And I went on there, Omer's thing, and made some fucking not mean comments, but Roy comments. Come on. Don't come on here looking for people's fucking sympathy when you do something fucking stupid. At least I'll give them the props. They had the balls to videotape their stupidity. So hopefully nobody repeats it. Or they have a reminder next time, don't fucking do that. Maybe that'll click in their fucking dome that, hey, I got a reminder. I videotaped my last fuck up. But don't come on there expecting people's sympathy that you fucked up your car because you thought it was a boat. We all knew when we started driving. It's in your fucking handbook when you take a driver's test. Do not drive through large puddles of water. Don't assume that it's a small puddle of water. You see a big puddle of water, don't try crossing it. But you fucking do it anyways for a $3 fucking delivery. And then you make a video telling people, oh, I'm not sure how my car is going to be. Oh my God, feel sorry for me. No, I don't feel fucking sorry for you. I asked the question. Make sure if you happen to see Ariel and Sebastian in the pond that you're waiting in right now, make sure you take pictures and show them to us. That's one of the comments I made. Because that shows your fucking ignorance to do something like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like shit like that. It's that common sense shit. Yeah. Oh yeah, out here they don't play that shit. Yeah, they take your ride. They don't give a shit. And they've been doing stings like that on that shit too. Tax cab authority out there doing the stings, bro. They catch you fucking doing off the book ride, you're done. Say bye bye to your ride. And a big ass fucking ticket. Because I heard those tickets are huge too. But that just goes back to the whole personal safety thing. As a fucking adult, don't drive through big puddles of water. But yet you do it anyways. So what are we supposed to blame Uber, Lyft, and DoorDash because you fucking decided to try to turn your car into a boat and that's their fault? Come on. And that's the kind of shit we're talking about. So if you're not willing to even take your own safety, serious enough, then why the fuck should Uber and Lyft give a fuck about you? You know? It's craziness. But I like seeing shit like that because I'm going to be the dick. I'm going to be the asshole, and I'm going to make the asshole comments because you should know better. You should know better. But if I make comments like that, people will get all mad at me. Oh, you're just being an asshole. You're being a dick. No, I'm telling you the truth. You don't want to hear that you're fucking retarded for driving through a big ass puddle of water. You don't want to hear that. You want to hear the sympathies. Oh, I'm sorry for you. I hope they do something for you. No, if I was DoorDash, they try to. I'd be like, get the fuck out of click. They probably can't understand you anyways. That 60 cents an hour worker in the Philippines probably wouldn't understand what you did anyways. Driving through a big ass puddle of water. The fuck? So, or if you called me and I was your support agent talking about you got your shit stuck in a big ass puddle of water, I'd probably start laughing. You did what? Oh, and I'd just start fucking laughing. Then I'd probably just say, sorry, I had nothing I could do for you and hang up. But what the fuck is DoorDash supposed to do for you? You drove through the big ass puddle of fucking flooded water. What the fuck is DoorDash supposed to do for you? Like pay for your car now because you fucking did a dumbass move? No. You know? I don't know what this world is coming to, people. But let's I'm gonna go ahead and cut this. It's been 2.5 hours, it's been a long one. But I'm looking forward to this Monday's strike debate. It'll be interesting to watch and see what comes of it, and we'll see. But once again, this is my birthday month, so I'm pretty happy about that. I've almost made it another full year. Yeah, but it's coming up, so it'll be fun. It's my birthday month, so once again, I want to thank everybody for coming in here, spending their time. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. Hope we made I'm sure somebody will hear in the background. They'll rat me out to somebody that I was talking about this, and we'll see a video about me a couple days from now, maybe tomorrow. Um, so be on the lookout, um, and we'll see what's up with that and go from there. But once again, like I said, I appreciate everybody coming on here as usual, spending the time listening to my shit. Hopefully, shit I say kind of got stuck in there. Yeah, exactly. And you learn the first time you fucking do it. So if you fuck up, you learn. But once again, thanks everybody for coming in here. I enjoyed you guys' company. Always do. And you guys be safe out there. And like I said, if you guys get the opportunity to go some of these other channels, start spreading the message. Start holding these fucking people responsible for their own actions, and let it go. Let it start making yourself heard. Don't be afraid to be the bad guy, because sometimes it takes a bad guy. It takes the bad guy to actually be the good guy. So villains aren't always the most evil people. You can have a good villain every now and then. So I appreciate everybody coming on here. Thanks, Driver's Life. I appreciate it. Always the truth, no bullshit. And we'll talk to you guys later. Be safe out there. I'm sure I'll see you in somebody else's live later anyway. So you guys have fun. Thanks. Bye. Oh, remember, you are the creator of your own destiny. Nobody's gonna do it for you.